Awesome. Thank you, Mr. Jackson. We'll take it all over to you. Kick us off.
Okay, let me turn this on. All right, I want to just thank everyone in the press for coming out and all of the artists as well. We just completed 2 weeks ago the live taping of our Stellar Awards, which was the 37th year. We've been around for some 52 years. We do a lot of other programming, but the Stellar Awards is our flagship show. We had some amazing performances that took place. I'll start off, first of all, with our co-hosts, Jacqueline Carr and Kier. They blew it away. First time we've ever had 2 female co-hosts. I wasn't nervous at all. I've seen Kier when she was in the background singing with her mom, but she took it away. She deserves to be up front, upstage, and everything. But in addition to the Stellar Awards, we also had on that the night before, we had the announcement, the press announcement about the launch of Stellar TV. Coming in 4th quarter of this year, 2022. It's a 24/7 network where we will be expanding our whole scope of programming that includes gospel music programming, soul, R&B, hip hop, mentoring queens, mentoring kings, our music honor shows, our quarterly shows. And we had our platforms there who will carry Stellar TV, including Charter Spectrum or Charter Communication, DirecTV, we have Verizon Fios, we have Stir TV, a number of platforms that we will be adding in addition to our charter advertisers, Procter & Gamble, AT&T, State Farm, Verizon, Toyota, General Motors. This is what makes it happen in terms of your ability to launch a 24-hour, 7-day-a-week network. And we're so grateful. They all came to the show. Many of them stayed over. Well, they came to the press announcement on Friday, and they stayed over for the show on Saturday. They were just blown away. Many had not been to a Stellar Awards. But I'm just so thankful for the artists who came out, performed, just had a wonderful show. And we're so happy that we're going to the next level now with the Stellar TV network. So thank you all for supporting us over the years. We certainly appreciate all of the support you've given us and the artists. And we know now going to Stellar TV, we're going to be on a whole new platform in broadcast syndication where we've been for 37 years. We're going to be on cable, which we've been on BET for the past 5 years. And now we're going to be on streaming as well. So we'll have our own cable network going forward, starting in 4th quarter of 2022. We will have the exact dates at another press conference that we will have coming up in October, where we'll be able to say what channel we're on, where you can find us, and you'll find us in so many different platforms. So that is what is coming very shortly in 4th quarter of 2022. So I'll be more than happy.
All right, Ge.Holla.
Hey, good afternoon. How you all doing? All right. So my question would be to either one of you all. I like to study, when you study deeply with like words, like for example, Stellar Awards, the word stellar is something that's celestial, meaning like a star. And we know that even when we look through science and biology throughout our bodies, we know that the human body was created by stars. So how do you all feel being that same illumination that's above us, which is the same thing below, being that representation of, God, so to speak, on the planet, not the original God, but the little macro God, as it says, as it's written in ye are all gods with the lowercase g and not the capital G. How empowered and inspired do you feel by knowing that you're doing God's work on the planet?
As Pastor Mike question.
That Negro came out swinging, didn't he? That was good. No, I'm inspired. Like when you look at the word stellar, like you said, it means star. Without the star, the wise man wouldn't have found Jesus. So for me, what has to be understood in this particular narrative is that I'm honored. So to win 6 stellars, let's say to win 6 stars, it gives me 6 opportunities to lead people to Jesus. It's a conversation piece for me. And for me, bro, it's all influential. So like in my city, this morning I had a great conversation with our mayor. We're very close. And we're just talking about how we can continue to move this narrative forward and how we can make further impact. So for me, it's just a blessing, bro. I mean that, man. The Sunday after I won the Stellar Awards, that following Sunday, I'm gonna show you how things work. Of course, they blasted it all over the city and named a certain day, Pastor Mike Jr., PMJ Day, all that stuff. But it took me to another place in awareness to where when I got out of church, I had a couple hundred Hebrew Israelites outside of my church protesting. So for me, instead of looking at that as confrontation and agitation, I try my best to be well learned. One of the things a lot of people in the music industry doesn't know is that I went to Ashland Theological Seminary. I did 2 years at Yale Divinity. So I try my best to be very well learned and to understand that all of us, a lot of people in this generation right now are just searching for answers and searching for information. So how can I continue to be a light in so many dark places, man? So I'm honored just to be a part. I sort of missed the part we talked about. We were created from stars. It kind of went out just a little bit, so I didn't really want to speak to that part. But I just want to make sure I'm doing my part to raise awareness and understand that every circle, the language may not be the same, the understanding may not be the same, the theology may not be the same. But if we have the same goal, I have a song on my new album entitled Not Jesus. And the hook is going to get me in some trouble because it goes Black Jesus. Then I make a statement that I learned in school, apocalyptic poetic image, but not Jesus. Blonde hair, blue eyes, white Jesus. I hate to say it, but that's not Jesus. The next line says, who is he? That the lover of my soul, that's Jesus. So while we don't always agree with his appearance, if we can just unify around the assignment, I believe the earth will be such a blessed place, man. So I hope I answered your question to the best of my ability, bro. If I did, inbox me, and I would love to talk more about what God is doing right now.
Okay, cool. I would. And just briefly, you're right. That's Caesar Borgieri, the person that actually painted that
Absolutely.
picture.
Hey, that's not Jesus.
That's right. Yeah. And
Hey,
even
hey. We on one day. I'm woke now. Come on now.
I know. Well, I just want to tell you some more to be my brother. Keep shining.
Yes, sir.
All right. Asha Cairo.
A shout out to Ge.Holla and
Hey, GeHolla, G.Holla.
Ge.Holla, Charlamagne the God here, man. Salute to you.
Cynthia Bailey from the Real Housewives of Atlanta, and I'm sending a shout out to GeHolla.
All y'all said entertainer, shout out my guy Ge.Holla of